Are you still looking for New Year's Eve celebrations? Well, you can consider singing Auld Lang Syne at the 30Boltwood in the Lord Jeffery Inn in Amherst. And joining us now is Executive Chef Dino Giordano. You're going to show us what you've got going on for New Year's, because that time of year people are making their plans.
It is.
What do you do? What's 30Boltwood like on New Year's?
Well, it's time for us to have fun like everybody else. So
Yeah.
we do a tasting menu on that day. So we do a 5-course tasting menu, and we're going to present one of the dishes that's on that tasting menu, which is a braised pork belly, which we crisp up in the pan with some collard greens, a little bit of pickled carrots, and some squash puree.
It's such a winter dish. It's like this is the stuff that's
Yes.
right now coming from the gardens and the markets, and you're putting it into the food.
Exactly.
So 5-course, I'm assuming one, if not more, champagne. We're going to pair it with champagne.
We do an amuse. There's wine pairings as well if you'd like. So it's just a chance for people to come in and experience 30Boltwood, and it gives us a chance to just have fun cooking.
Yeah, and show off, because the pork that you do is pretty tasty. So what do we have going on today?
Yeah, so we have a pork belly here. This pork is from Vermont. The belly obviously is the belly. It's actually what bacon is made from, so it's fresh bacon. This particular product is smoked and cured, and you'd find that in your supermarket.
So people shouldn't be afraid because it's called a pork belly. It's more or less tasty bacon.
It's super delicious. It's fatty, but the fat from the belly, as you know from bacon, is just wonderful. It's just one of the most delicious.
Yeah, and everybody needs a little bit of bacon. I mean, come on, eat some pork belly.
Yeah, and some people are scared off by the name pork belly, so sometimes we just call it fresh bacon.
Fresh bacon, all right.
But what we do after we braise it for about 4 hours is we put it in a pan and then press it on another pan so that it stays just nice and kind of
so this is already modified.
Yeah, so you can see right here where the bacon comes from. It looks just like a bacon.
Yeah.
It's basically 2 layers of muscle
with
fat in between.
Nice. So how do you cook this?
We sear it.
Okay, and you also do this thing, you've been bathing it this whole time. It's over there.
So I'm going to do something else to it, I'll show you, which is even better.
All right.
But that we cook in chicken stock and a bunch of spices and herbs after we sear it, and then we braise it for a good 3 hours.
Nice. And now you got the collard greens going on right here.
Yeah, just basic collard greens. I just added a little bit of onion puree to that.
Okay, and what was the other thing? Was that water you put in there?
Yes.
Huh.
You could do chicken stock, but if you want to keep it vegan, you can use water like I just did, and some of this beautiful herb butter.
Now, if people come to 30Boltwood for New Year's, or I mean any day of the year, if they have special dietary restrictions, sugar-free, gluten-free, vegan-friendly, you can accommodate that, right?
Absolutely. We're very sensitive to everyone's needs, allergies, so we accommodate everybody.
And I mean, almost every night it's this guy in the kitchen anyways, so...
Yeah, and all of us are super sensitive. We all have allergies, we have family members that have allergies, so we try to accommodate.
Right now, I see the pork over there, and you just poured something on it that smells
so this is actually the liquid that we braise the pork in, and then after we finish cooking it, we take it out and remove it from that liquid and then reduce it.
I get you, okay.
Yeah, so then you've got this really sort of unctuous, sweet, sour thing going on, and then we're going to use this beautiful squash puree. And really, that's it. This is super simple. We don't need that many ingredients. We're going to garnish that with a little pickled carrot for some spice and acid. I've also got these chanterelle mushrooms, which I will chop.
Chanterelle now, what's the taste of a chanterelle mushroom? Is it different from like the shiitake, the regular? All right. I just ate some too. Is that okay?
It smells like an apricot.
It does.
It's got a fruity, apricot-y flavor thing going on. It's earthy.
I'm digging it. Well, why don't we take a quick break for a second so you can cook all this stuff up. We'll come back. We'll finish this dish with Dino in just a little bit. We're back. We're talking New Year's recipes with Executive Chef Dino Giordano from 30Boltwood in the Lord Jeffery Inn. We're plating this dish. It's basically really tasty bacon.
It's a really tasty bacon. I'm looking at 3 or 4 ingredients on this plate. Not a whole lot. These ingredients speak for themselves.
That's what you do. You don't add a lot to it. You just get good ingredients and let them do the work. And there's your exclamation point.
That's the exclamation point.
Look at that plating right there. It's funny, it's something that it looks so easy, but it's just so cool.
Well, you see the color of the squash? It's ridiculous. So, we get the best possible ingredients we can find, and then we don't do much to them.
And those greens, they're pretty green. Yeah. These are collard greens, right?
These are collard greens. We get them from Kitchen Garden in Amherst.
Oh, okay.
It's got some of the best produce in the valley, as far as I'm concerned.
For New Year's, you're doing, it's a tasting. It's 5 dishes, right?
Yes.
So this is one of the dishes, and it's braised pork.
Braised pork belly, yeah.
And pork belly is pretty much like the tastiest part of the bacon.
Yeah,
chicken?
it's really fatty, but once you braise it, all that fat kind of cooks out and then goes back in flavor-wise. It's unbeatable.
And I mean, let's be honest. It's you know, everybody needs a little fat in their life, and fat's really good. You can say all you want, but at the end of the day, fat's tasty.
So basically, what we've done is we crisped it and then basted it in reduced cooking liquid. Okay, so then all we can do is garnish here with a little bit of pickled baby carrot.
Pickled baby carrot. So in other words, you pickled carrots on your own. How'd you do it?
So basically, we'd take 1-to-1 vinegar. With this case, champagne vinegar. We take
Some carrots. I see jalapenos there.
so it's 1-to-1 sugar, water, vinegar, and then we add some spicy Thai chilies, a little bit of cardamom, a little bit of star anise, and that's it.
Man, you can pickle anything. This looks amazing. So this is just one of the 5 things that you can get for New Year's at 30Boltwood. And if you want to make a reservation for New Year's, you probably should. Give 30Boltwood a call, 413-835-2011, or view their complete menu online. Visit them, LordJefferyInn.com.